Does this ever happen to you? You're talking to the angels, hoping to get messages and guidance from them, but either nothing comes through or you doubt everything that does. Everyone can talk to the angels and everyone can hear them too. It is our God-given right, but that does not make it easy or clear to know what is coming from your angels and what you might just be making up. You've got your ego and a lifetime of the logical, rational, physical world telling you things to make you believe you can't hear, see, or communicate with spiritual or supernatural beings. Maybe you've even been made to feel like you're not good enough to hear something so wonderful as the angels. I struggled with this for years. I would often doubt everything coming to me, and I convinced myself that I didn't even have the ability, and I never would be able to hear the angels. Why would I think I was so special anyway? But talking to the angels can be a real life changer, and you deserve to hear their messages and receive their guidance. So it's imperative that you learn how to hear them, so you will have the confidence you need to act on the messages you receive. And I believe that is why the angels have led you here to this video today, because I am going to share with you 7 essential things that I have learned to do over many years of working with the angels to ensure that you are receiving and hearing their messages. Be sure to especially pay attention to the last one I'm going to talk about. It is the one that I have struggled with the most, but have also learned is the most important for hearing and understanding everything your angels have to tell you. Hello everyone, welcome to my next video. I'm Sarahdawn, and I am so happy you're here today because the topic of today's video is something that I really struggled with. How to trust that what I was hearing was actually coming from the angels. I had so much doubt and uncertainty. I just wanted proof, but communicating with the angelic realm doesn't work that way. It operates in faith, not logic or rationality or the 5 senses that we've been taught to rely on. And it can be so hard to make the shift from operating in the world we grew up in and what we've learned to learning how to just let go and allow what the angels have to give us to come through. But that is one of the first things you must do if you want to hear your angels. You have to learn to trust yourself, your inner wisdom, what your intuition is telling you. You've got a lot of thoughts and feelings come up for you all day long, and some of those thoughts are part of your internal chatter. They're just you trying to figure out your day. But some of those thoughts and feelings are your angels actually talking to you. You can't just dismiss everything you think you know or the emotions you have, because they are often lights along our path. And learning to trust your inner wisdom is how you eventually will learn how to tell the difference between when the angels are talking to you and when it's just in your head. And you might be lucky and have different voices for different parts of you, and it'll be obvious when spirit is talking to you. But most often, for most of us, we need to rely on how that wisdom, how our inner wisdom feels within us. The next thing you want to do to ensure you are receiving and hearing the guidance your angels are sending you is to make sure that you know what your abilities are. So I talked about this in much more detail in a previous video. Can you talk to the angels? And I'll link that up above if you want to check it out. But we all have psychic abilities, or the ability to transcend the limits of the physical world and pick up on what's on the other side of the veil. So, what's so important to realize is that we all have this ability, and it will help you immensely to tap into and learn about this part of yourself and develop the ability that's strongest within you. So there's 4 primary psychic abilities. They're called the 4 clairs: clairvoyance, clairaudience, clairsentience, and claircognizance. So clairvoyance is clear sight. You see things. Um, Clairaudience is hearing it, maybe a voice, a whisper, a certain sound that triggers the information that you need. Clairsentience is clear feeling. You feel it in your body, you sense it emotionally. And claircognizance is clear knowing. So you just kind of download the information and know about it. Once again, I talked more about it in that video. But, we can also sense and communicate with the spiritual realm through other senses like smell and, of course, our intuition. But these four clairs are generally the strongest and most clear abilities we have. So they're the ones you most likely want to focus on. 1 or 2 of them will probably be stronger in you, and those are the ones that you really want to develop and rely on and learn how to use to hear your angels as clearly as possible. So no one of them is better than the others. Just go with your strength and what comes naturally to you. And one thing I've also figured out over the years is that if you are drawn to a certain ability, like it just sounds like what you want to do or what you wish you could do. Like, I wish I was clairvoyant and can see the information that I'm looking for. I wish I could do that. There's probably something to that, because that's not just coming out of nowhere. Why do you particularly wish for that one? It could be like a memory from like a past life or from your spiritual self before you were born in this body. And it's, part of your journey in your life path, your soul's calling that's leading you in that direction. So don't dismiss those feelings. If you have them, go with them and really explore those abilities that interest you the most. Explore those first, because there's probably something to that. So the next thing you want to do when you want to hear your angels, and to be clear, when I say hear your angels, I mean receive messages in a way that you understand. It's not necessarily like you hear them talking to you, but I mean, you might see something, you might hear something, you might smell, you might just know, you might feel it. All of that I kind of encompass with here. It's just easier to say, how do you hear your angels, right? So what I mean by that is just that you understand the message, that it's coming through clearly and you're getting the message. So you hear about this all the time, and I'm sure I talk about it probably in every video. But if you really want to hear your angels, you need to raise your vibes. The higher your vibes, the easier it is to hear your angels. And that's because of vibrational matching. Your angels vibrate at a very high frequency, and we're surrounded by this dense physical world that keeps our vibrations quite low. So you want your vibrations to be as high as you can possibly get them. And that's what's called vibrational matching. Angels lower theirs, you raise yours, and you're as close as possible so that this communication can happen. So of course, this vibrational matching is very important when I'm talking about, but even more so when I say raise your vibes so you can hear your angels. I'm talking about, in general, overall, raising your vibes as high as you can. See, you're meant to have higher vibrations than most of us do have in this physical world. And, that's one of the things your angels are going to be helping you with, is trying to help you raise those vibes. But, a lot of the times when you're talking to the angels and you've asked for a response and you're looking for the signs or trying to hear what they have to say, it's not going to happen in the moment of talking to your angels. It's going to come later. It can come over the process of hours or days, weeks, even years sometimes, depending on what it is you're seeking guidance and answers for, or what the message is, or the timing of it. Divine timing will play a role in all of that as well. So you don't want to just raise your vibes in the moment that you're trying to talk to the angels. You want your vibes overall to be as high as possible. So the next thing I want to talk about to help you hear the angels and how you can hear them is just practice. Practice talking to them, say what you want to say to them, and then just take a moment to listen or be in the moment, pay attention, be aware, see what comes to you, whether it's visual, auditory, sensing it, or even knowing it. See what comes to you and practice doing that. When I was first starting out and still had a lot of doubts, I would just talk to the angels all the time about everything. Whether I went somewhere or no matter what happened, good or bad, I would just talk to them. Like if I was in the car at home, I'd probably talk out loud. But if I was out in public and around other people and I didn't want to look like I was crazy talking to myself, I would just talk to them in my head. But I would always be just talking to them and practicing that, being in touch with them and seeing them there, feeling them there. And that practice made me feel more comfortable with all the stuff that I was talking about before. So you also want to make sure that you have the channels to hearing your angels open. And I do a meditation for this pretty much every time I try to talk to the angels. I call it a Be Love meditation. It's in my book, A Magical Course in Angel Numbers, that I'm doing right now, but I may also do a video on it for you because I do it pretty much every time I want to talk to the angels. And one of the steps in there, the O, is open the channels. And I'll often visualize even the angels surrounding me, and I'll see like this kind of a spiral of energy of light that is coming like into my ears and my third eye, my crown chakra, my heart chakra, all of those centers where I want to be able to receive the messages from my angels, or the angels or the archangels, whoever I'm working with at the time, or whoever wants to come through, right? I make sure I visualize those channels being open. So you can meditate, visualize, just do what you need to open yourself and open your centers to receiving what the angels have for you. And kind of going along with that is, once you've opened the channels, you need to allow what the angels have to come through. And this can be really difficult, actually, for some of us. We'd like to be in control, but at this point, if you really want to hear your angels, you have to step out of the way and just allow what the angels have to say flow through you. Working with the angels, that's what it is about, is realizing that you're not alone in this life. You don't have to do everything by yourself, and hearing your angels is the same. Allow the angels to do some of the work too. Allow them to send the energy of these messages to you, and just let it come. Don't try to force it. Just let it come to you. And the last thing on the list, but definitely not the least important, I actually think this is probably the most important, and it's very difficult for a lot of the people who are probably watching this video. A lot of altruistic, kind, helpful people like you, those who are most likely to watch a video like this, are earth angels, light workers, the type of person that is going to easily put the needs of other people before themselves. And they do so because they want to, because it feels good. It's just part of who they are. But in our lifetimes, it may have been part of our spiritual journey. We grew up with difficult families, and we may have experienced abuse and dysfunction, and also We have a tendency to attract the type of people that will use us and abuse us and push us around, take advantage of our niceness. And because of all these experiences and because of our nature of being more than willing to help without expecting anything in return, we put up this wall and this shield to guard ourselves from the hurt and from the pain of a lot of those experiences that we've had. And we can actually go through life like that. But the problem is that if you're putting up a shield that's keeping other people out, if you're afraid to ask for help because you just feel like you need to do everything on your own for whatever reason, if you're doing that in your physical life, you're also blocking the angels. You're blocking their messages and their guidance from being able to come to you. So the most important thing you can do is love yourself, take care of yourself, and open yourself up to receiving the help, the love, and the guidance that you deserve. The angels are asking you to be willing to receive their messages. Is it okay for them to send you their messages, to send you their guidance? And the way that you say yes to that is to open yourself to receiving. And I keep gesturing like around my heart because I imagine it as my heart chakra. It needs to be open. My heart needs to allow the love, allow the guidance, and allow those messages to come through, or they're not going to come through. So are you willing to receive what the angels are offering? And are you willing to let go of your fears, your expectations, and that ego voice? And that brings us to the end of this video. So as you can see, working with the angels and especially hearing them is really about self-improvement. It's about focusing a lot on yourself and letting go of doubts and fears and letting go of the need to be humble and be in control and just letting energy flow and happen. Because you really need to love yourself. You need to take care of yourself. You need to raise your vibrations and allow good things to happen to you too. Not just always be the one taking care of everyone else or trying to make the world a better place. Ask for help. Ask for love. It's okay. It's okay to ask for it. It's okay to want it. It's okay to need it. And if you want to hear your angels and receive their messages and guidance, it's necessary. There's no getting around this one. It is necessary. You need to love yourself, take care of yourself, feel deserving, and open yourself up to receiving that love and guidance and assistance from them. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, it would really help me out if you would leave a like. And next time I plan to do a video about ways the angels use to talk to us, so ways that they talk to us, and it's about methods that you can use to help you hear and tune into the angels. So if you're interested in more videos like this or like that one, be sure to subscribe so you can get notified when I make new videos. And right now I'm trying to do a video about every other week, although that has been hard. You'd be surprised at how much time and effort making these videos takes. I really had no idea before I started. But even though it does take a lot of time, it is so much fun and I really like doing it. So I hope you enjoy them too. But I'm putting together the finishing touches on my newest book, Magical Course in Angel Numbers, which is due to be released on November 11th. And oh, I am so excited. I'm so excited to have it done and finally get it out there. I've been working on it for such a long time, it seems like. And I've overcome so many obstacles to getting it done. So I'm so excited to get it out there. But it's my priority right now is making sure it's out there over the videos. So I'm trying to get them out about every other week, but may or may not happen. Anyway, thank you so much for being here, and thank you for watching all the way to the end. You are absolutely amazing. And as always, I'm sending love and blessings to you all. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye-bye.